Alibaba's Double 11 Global Shopping Festival began with 27 merchants. And this year, over 290,000 brands are participating, including global clean beauty brand Nuria. With me is Josh Gaim, CEO of Nuria Beauty. Josh, it's so good to catch up with you. I love the concept of Nuria, but why don't you describe it for us?
Yeah, Nuria was developed, as you know, our history, we come from big companies, J&J, L'Oreal, Estee Lauder, just a lot of different brands. And we saw a gap because as we were working in those big companies, we started to see women in different parts of the world were doing something very different. Something that's unique, might be from just historical ingredients that they pick, what types of regimen they follow.
Right.
So Nuria was created because of that. We felt that it would be great to actually understand what ingredients, what formulations from around the world are being used, and then how do we bring it to the US customer? Ideas from US go to China, China ideas go to Japan, Japan ideas go to Europe. That kind of a concept. So the ingredients that we source are always taking the ideas that come from those markets, basically. It's been an incredible path so far, and I think we have a long way to go, but it's just an incredible brand.
Now, when we talked earlier this year about your launch on Alibaba's Tmall Global in the midst of a pandemic, so how is Nuria doing in China?
Yeah, it's interesting because we've been seeding it the right way, and a lot has changed. In the past, we would have built brands. Nowadays, you build SKUs. You bring specific, unique ideas on products because people get to see a lot of brands. So the question is, what's the one product that's different? So for us, for example, our exfoliator is doing very well in China. So once you get to a certain point, then you introduce the next SKU. The next SKU, we're actually already on our 5th SKU that are doing very well. And that's how we built it. It's small blocks basically every time. But as you're aware, China, just the way the number of people you could reach, the market itself, and then the tools that are developing, which don't exist in most places like US. So live streaming has been an incredible resource for us to actually to educate people what the products do and how they work and what they do, and that has been resonating very well.
Well, this is Alibaba's 13th Double 11 Global Shopping Festival, and we're emphasizing sustainability, inclusiveness, and there are themes that really align with Nuria's mission. Do you think that's in part why the products and the brand has resonated well with Chinese consumers?
I think that's a big part of it, which is the idea of being vegan, no animal testing, the idea of our packaging being recyclable, the idea of we source raw materials from farmers that we know, ingredients from specific suppliers that actually meet all the qualifications. But more importantly, we just went actually carbon neutral. So that's a good addition to what we're doing because we do source from US and from Korea. Some of our products are made in Korea. As we do that, we want to make sure we offset some of the, whether it's airline, boats, and others that we use. So we offset our carbon footprint basically, and that's something that we did this year. And that tends to resonate. The other thing we've been doing, which is very interesting in China that has been resonating, is a percentage of all of our income actually goes to girls' education around the world. And I think we see a lot of millennials actually following the brand because they want to help. And most of the money that we put actually goes to students to be the first ones to finish high school in their family. And by the way, they could be in the US, they could be in Africa, they could be somewhere in Asia. And that has been the core of what the brand stands for, and that has been extremely productive for us, and Chinese consumers tend to react to that.
Also, people might not know that the Double 11 this year is actually not just one day shopping frenzy, but there's 2 sales periods from November 1st and 3rd, and of course on Double 11. How does that approach affect a smaller brand like yours?
Yeah, I think this idea of extending that Double 11, to tell you the truth, nowadays it's almost, we look at it as a 30-day event because you have to prepare starting in October all the way to 11/11. And for us, I think the tools that exist, live streaming, an ability to introduce a brand is still critical because there's too much noise on 11/11. And it's dominated by some of the biggest brands that exist because they all focus into the 11/11. So for us, I think the influencers that we work with, being able to get them ahead of time, be able to do a few things prior to 11/11 is actually very important, and I think it's been great for most brands, for especially smaller brands, because they can afford to do more of it. I think for us in the last 30 days, we probably have done over 30 live streams on Nuria alone. prior to 11/11, just to continue to introduce new products, get people used to some of the new things that we're introducing. And that has been just a great opportunity, and I hope it continues that way, which is having this windows that you could do more than just 11/11.
I wish you continued success on Alibaba's platforms and best of luck on 11/11.
Perfect, thank you.